America, we got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. Hey, thank God it's Friday. I just want to make 4 or 5 quick points today. Let's start here. You want to understand, do you want to understand what America politically is like right now? Do you want to understand how stupidly and dangerously divided we are right now? And how stupidly and dangerously polarized we are right now. All you have to do right now is take a look at what damn near every American on social media is doing right now. Right now. As I come to you live right now at 11:02 Eastern Time. And authorities came out about 45 minutes ago, and they have Charlie Kirk's killer in custody. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. This news just broke within the last hour. And you want to take a look right now at how just fucked up extremists on both sides are, how messed up our body politic is right now, how just, again, stupidly divided we are right now. Here's what most people, most political people on social media are doing right now. They are frantically, both sides, they are frantically scurrying through all of social media to find any teeny little thread of evidence they can find to assign Tyler Robinson to a group that their side hates. That's what most political people on social media right now are doing, right? We just found out who the killer is, the alleged killer, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, right? Everybody finds out who this kid is. And right away, the partisans on social media, right away, and they're doing it right now. They're not listening to me right now. They're doing it. They're too busy doing this. Who was he? Who was he? Oh my God. I hope he was a transgender. I hope he was a crazy white supremacist. Both sides are doing it right now. They are frantically going through everything to find just any little evidence they can find to be able to assign this guy, Tyler Robinson, to a group that they know their side hates. And to all of MAGA, all the Charlie Kirk supporters, man, they are desperately trying to say this guy was a whacked out lefty. I got to find something. He was a left out wacky. Somehow he was a transgender, or he knew about transgender, or he loved transgenders, or he said transgender all the time, whatever. And there are folks on the left right now who were worried that this guy, the killer, might have been that. And now they're desperately trying to find any evidence they can find that he was really a Charlie Kirk supporter. He was really part of MAGA. He was a white supremacist, whatever. And think about that. Step back and think about that for a moment. The principal activity on political social media right now are people, influencers, desperately trying to make sure that this guy, this killer, is part of a group that their side hates. Because that's gold, Jerry. That's gold, man. If if this guy, Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk's killer, is part of a group that their side hates, man, they can go to town. They can profit off of it. They can send, the clicks they'll get, the money they'll make, the audience they'll grow. Please, 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 Lord, got to find something, Lord. I got to make sure he's part of a group that my side hates. Think about that just for a moment. 31-year-old Charlie Kirk was assassinated a couple days ago. Horrible act of political violence in this country. And every time there's an act of political violence in this country, the hope among a lot of people is that, we'll say, stop, let's come together. This is all wrong. But that's not what's happening right now. That's not what's happening right now. It's a race on social media right now. I can see them. It's a race, man. Both sides are doing it, man. It is a race to be able to make certain that they can profit off of who this kid was, who this young man was. And they just pray, man. Both sides are just hoping and praying. Funny. Despise the phrase hopes and prayers, but they're all hoping and praying right now. They are frantic. Stay off of social media because it's a blitzkrieg. You'll get dizzy, man. You will get dizzy. You won't know. Tyler Robinson was a righty. Tyler Robinson was a lefty. He was part of Antifa. He was MAGA. His dad was a cop. They were Trump supporters. They were Trump haters. I mean, you're going to get dizzy, but that's what's going on right now. They're playing ping pong, man. Because at the end of the day, they're invested, man, to make sure, man, that this guy is part of a group that my side hates, because that's the name of the game. Shame on us. I'll just say this. We just found out who the alleged killer is. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. He's from Utah. An amazing story in that his dad, a former cop, basically turned him in. I'm not even going to say what I think I know about who Tyler Robinson is and what his family is. You can all do that. I've gotten enough initial information, but I'm not going to play that game. There are reports. All we know is he's a 22-year-old white guy. That's all I'm going to say. Christian, loved guns, don't know. Clearly he was a good shot. Straight, don't know anything. Parents Republican, voted for Trump. People are saying that, don't know. You'll find out. I'm not going to partake in that race. They've apprehended the killer, the alleged killer. That's a good thing. Second point I want to make. Keith, can you put up what I think Clay Higgins said on Fox News yesterday about, thank you. That was McMullen. I think I'm wrong. Senator Mark Wayne McMullen, whatever. Republican senator and News Nation host compared Charlie Kirk to Martin Luther King. Republicans are comparing Charlie Kirk to Martin Luther King. I'll just say this, right? You know the deal. I had a long, complicated relationship with Charlie Kirk. I knew him well. I knew him very well. We were estranged, obviously, politically these last number of years. Stop this. Stop this. It's horrible that Charlie Kirk is dead. It's beyond horrible. Political violence is wrong, so wrong. Murder is wrong, so wrong. I wish more than anything that this never happened and Charlie Kirk was still alive and among us. I abhor what Charlie Kirk became. I abhor his views. his beliefs, the way he went about doing what he did. None of that matters. I wish he were still alive and had the freedom to do his thing. Understand that's more important than anything. Political violence must be condemned by all of us. But my God, do not martyr him. Do not turn Charlie Kirk into a martyr. He was a 31-year-old social media influencer. He was not Martin Luther King. Stop that. Nancy Mace introduced something to a resolution to demand that Charlie Kirk's body lay in honor in the Capitol Rotunda. Stop. Republicans are demanding a statue of Charlie Kirk at the Capitol. Stop. I know we live in just stupid, insane, ridiculous times. Charlie Kirk was a 31-year-old right-wing MAGA social media influencer. Stop. He wasn't Martin Luther King. He wasn't Jesus Christ. Stop this. Good God. He was also, Charlie Kirk was, extremely divisive. It was who he was. It was his brand. Shit he said about Black people and transgender people and gay people and anybody he disagreed with. This is what he did. It's fine. He had a right to do it, but he spewed hate. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't spew hate, but that's not even the most important distinction. I know we live in the attention-seeking economy. You become a big deal if you can grab people's attention and if you can get clicks and have a big audience and big followings, and you're a big deal on social media and your videos can go viral, and all of a sudden these people become really important things, right? They replace the great doctors and scientists and writers and thinkers and philosophers, everybody who can have the most viral videos today. I know we live in this stupid world where our priorities are just fucking upside down. But the way that half of the country has reacted to the horrible killing of a 31-year-old right-wing social media influencer is just wrong and says so much about where we're at. It says so much about what's important to us. The way so many people have, again, are making Charlie Kirk out to be a martyr. He was a podcaster. He had a radio show. He went on college campuses and tried to create viral moments. And you want his body to lay in state in the Capitol Rotunda? You want a statue of him on Capitol Hill? He's Martin Luther King Jr.? Look, again, Charlie Kirk and I used to politically be very, very, very close. That was a long time ago. We went our separate ways when Trump first got elected. Like so many of you, Charlie Kirk and I were estranged. Like so many of you who've lost family members and friends and supporters in this age of Trump, right? That's what happened with Charlie and I. We became estranged. We stopped speaking. I have enormous even though I disagree with damn near everything Charlie Kirk said, and I find his beliefs to be abhorrent, despicable. I have so much respect for how talented he was and so much respect for the impact he had on MAGA. Not denying that. He was a major MAGA voice, a major MAGA social media influencer, but a major MAGA social media influencer is not Martin Luther King. And to treat him thus, to try to treat him thus, just shows how ignorant way too many Americans are in this, how misplaced what we've placed value on is so fucked up in this social media age. To try to turn Charlie Kirk into a martyr. No disrespect. He wasn't. I wish he were still with us. But stop that. Get off of social media. Take time off this weekend. Walk in the grass, as the young folks say. Third quick point I want to make. Political violence is different, right? You get that, right? You understand there's something different about and worse about political violence. Charlie Kirk was the victim of political violence. This 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, again, there's a race, right, to assign him to a group that, somebody's side will hate. Don't know his background totally yet, but clearly what we know is he targeted Charlie Kirk because of Charlie Kirk's beliefs. We know that. He hated Charlie Kirk because of what Charlie Kirk said and did. We know that. This is what makes political violence on all sides so chilling. When right-wing extremists kill left-wing voices, and when left-wing extremists kill right-wing voices, it's meant to chill speech. This is why political violence is so abhorrent in America, because it's quite literally an attack on our founding principles. It's quite literally an attack on freedom and free speech. When you target and kill someone because of their political ideology, you are trying to chill and silence that political ideology. You are trying to chill and silence free speech. This is why political violence is so exceptionally bad in this country, and why it should be condemned by all of us. Point number 4, Donald Trump sucks. Donald Trump is a horrible human being. Donald Trump, I'll say, here's a little hyperbole. Donald Trump is the most divisive political figure in this country's history. I mean, think about it. If you believe Charlie Kirk's a martyr, and this was a big conservative icon and hero that was slain, and this is devastating to this country. If you believe all of that, and this country might just tear apart because of it, well, then treat it that way. And then you want a president who will stand in front of the American people and tell everybody to stop. Like, if you believe this is a watershed moment, well, then we need an American president who will treat it like a watershed moment and tell everybody, all sides, both sides, to stand down. Then you want a president who will stand in front of the American people and say, political violence is wrong. Both sides do it. Both sides need to stop. We all need to come together. We do not solve our differences violently. We need to come together, stand down, stop, and unify. That's what you want an American president to say. Donald Trump is humanly incapable of delivering every single one of those words. And since the killing of Charlie Kirk, he's aptly demonstrated that. I don't know if you have the audio, Keith, or the graphic again of what Trump said this morning.
Radicals on the right as well. We have radicals on the left. People are watching all of these videos and cheering. Some people are cheering that Charlie was killed. How do we fix this country? How do we come back together?
I'll tell you something that's going to get me in trouble, but I couldn't care less. The radicals on the right oftentimes are radical because they don't want to see crime. They don't want to see crime.
Worried about the border.
They're saying, we don't want these people coming in. We don't want you burning our shopping centers. We don't want you shooting our people in the middle of the street. The radicals on the left are the problem. And they're vicious, and they're horrible, and they're politically savvy.
Keith, thanks, man. Stop. So there Trump was again this morning on that couch on Fox News for about the fourth or fifth time since the killing of Charlie Kirk. There's Donald Trump again, not trying to pull the whole country together. There's Donald Trump once again, the most divisive son of a bitch in this country's history. There he is attacking the left. There he is blaming the left. There he is dividing the country. There he is again saying that the only problem in this country is the left. What did he say? There's the political violence on the right, he said, is because people on the right want to stop crime. I'm not even going to get into that. That's the president taking sides. A horrible act of political violence. And given the opportunity again to bring this country together, this divisive son of a bitch attacks half the country. He sucks. He's the ugliest, most divisive president this country has ever had. Again, he's humanly incapable. He couldn't unite his two shoes. He couldn't unite anybody. He couldn't unite his own family. This is what we have for the next 3.5 years. For the next 3.5 years, America will have the most divisive political figure in America's history in the White House. So we ain't going to get any unity from him. We are not going to get any lower the temperature from him. We're not going to get any let's come together. Let's come together, man. Let's try to heal. We're not going to get any of that from Trump. He's humanly incapable. So if this country wants to heal the divide and try to come together and stop all of this political violence, it's got to come from us. I was on CNN last night and I said, forget about Trump. Don't even look to Trump. I'd love to see members of Congress come together. Like I'd love to see Republican and Democratic members of Congress go out there and hold town halls, have a town hall tour, Republicans and Democratic members of Congress together, travel the country together, bipartisan town halls together. I'd love to see Fox News voices and MSNBC voices come together. Go out there and do your own shows and town halls together. Fox News voices and MSNBC voices together. I doubt any of that will happen. We know that the guy in the White House is incapable. So to try to keep this thing together, it's going to be on us, the American people. Final point today. Final point today. And this is what I've felt all week. If you are celebrating the killing of Charlie Kirk, you are failing basic love of country, and you are failing basic human decency. As well, If you are using the killing of Charlie Kirk to attack certain groups and to declare war on the left, you are failing basic love of country, and you are failing basic human decency. Did I go too fast for you? Right? I'm looking at both houses. I'm looking at extremists on the left, and they've been out there, who've been celebrating the killing. And I'm looking at extremists on the right, and there have been more of them who have been using this killing to attack certain groups. Nancy Mace, I don't know, Keith. Maybe I don't have evidence. I'll bet you Nancy Mace is still out there attacking transgenders because of this killing. I haven't seen evidence yet that Tyler Robinson had anything to do with transgender Americans, but Nancy Mace is probably still out there doing that. But if you are using this killing to attack certain groups and to declare war on the left, which most right-wing voices have done, you're also failing. You're also failing basic love of this country, and you are failing basic human decency. And I know, like, I'll say something like that and I'll post it everywhere, right? I go after both sides. Anybody celebrating the killing and anybody trying to use the killing to go after the left. And undoubtedly, people on the left will say, screw you, Joe. And people on the right will say, screw you, Joe. But it's the truth. It's the truth. A horrible killing of a 31-year-old private citizen. No matter what you think about his beliefs, and even like me, if you abhorred his beliefs, right? If you can't condemn murder and condemn the killing, there's something wrong with you. If you're celebrating it, then you don't love this country. You're failing that. And you lack basic human decency. You're failing there as well. And if you see this killing, you try to use this killing to attack other groups and to declare war on the left, you know what? You don't love this country. You've failed as a patriot. And man, you have certainly failed when it comes to basic human decency. Shame on you. I want to close with this. I talked about this early on in the week. It's called the big middle. How appropriate right now, right? We're talking about extremists on both sides trying to tear this country apart. The MAGA right, the far left trying to tear this country apart. How about the big middle? I alluded to this earlier this week. There's a new interactive show on Substack called The Big Middle. It's an effort to bring people together and find consensus on issues, to get away from what we're doing now, just going after each other, no interest in sitting down, and certainly no interest in sitting down and having a conversation, certainly no interest in sitting down and actually trying to find consensus on issues. The big middle is that online space now where Americans interactively online are going to come together, are coming together and trying to find consensus on specific issues. You can find the big middle on Substack. I encourage all of you to check it out. It's thebigmiddle.substack.com. Check it out. Follow them. Subscribe to them. Thebigmiddle.substack.com. See if this notion of trying to find consensus resonates with you right now. I'll tell you what, it's certainly what this country needs right now. Check them out. Thebigmiddle.substack.com. As always, subscribe to my Substack, please. Social Contract with Joe Walsh.substack.com. Social Contract withjoewalsh.substack.com. Everything I do is there. Help keep my voice out there. I don't make a plea enough. I'm not a good enough marketer or a sales guy. But if you like my voice, and not everybody does, but if you like my voice and you find value in voice and you'd like to support keeping my voice out there, the most helpful thing you can do is become a subscriber to my Substack. That's the most helpful thing you can do. Social Contract with Joe Walsh.substack.com. Kiko, you're the best. Find friends, find supporters, find family members, and point them to my Substack and get them to subscribe to. It would just make me so happy. Hey, if you want to send me an email, do the social contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. The social contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. I mean it for all of us. Stay away from social media, starting right now and maybe the rest of the weekend. Go walk in the grass, play with your dogs, play with your kids, enjoy the sun, go do something. Thank you. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.